Hello, it's Joseph from Gorilla 3D. In our last screencast, we went over creating sessions and then actually assigning variables within a session. In this screencast, we're going to be going over destroying sessions. So the first thing we're going to do, and again, if you don't have this code that I'm looking at right now, you can access it from the right link that I have listed, or you can go through my previous tutorials and build the code from the screencast. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is create a link. And a simple anchor tag. And all we're going to do is add a question mark and then say log out equals 1. And this is basically a perimeter, and then we assign that a perimeter a value. And the question mark without the actual file name, and this implies that it's the same file. So we can do test3.php since that's the file I'm working in, question mark log out. And then I'm going to say log out here, so we actually have a link to click. Alright, so now if we go back and we log in, so our password, username and password is Bob, and then 123, and now it says you successfully logged in, and then it says it gives me log out, and I have the logout value here, but nothing happens. So now we're going to create some functionality for that perimeter that we set. It's going to go ahead and it doesn't matter where we put this within the file, as long as it's before we actually start executing our HTML code. So I'm going to do it just right before our actual assignment of the sessions variables, and let's go ahead and create an if. And in this if, we're going to check if the get is set. So get logout, and then the first thing we're going to do actually reassign all of our session variables to nothing. The best way to do that is do underscore or $_ session, just like how we were to assign one, and then we type in array. The next thing we're going to do is destroy the cookie that it assigned on the user's computer. So we're going to create another if statement within this one, and we're going to say if cookie. Notice it has the underscore and caps just like session, and square brackets, and we're going to say session underscore name, which is a function. So if the user has a cookie on their computer, we're going to set that cookie, and again we do session underscore name, and it is a function. Then we do single quotes nothing, because we're given the value of it nothing, and then we're going to say the time for it. Now when we define a time, we just use time minus 42,000, and all it basically does is set it to a negative value, so then when you refresh your browser, it automatically deletes the cookie because it has expired. And then the path for it is just the regular forward slash. So now we deleted the cookie. The very last step is to actually delete the session file on the server, and to do that we just basically do session underscore destroy. So it's a bit more harder to actually log out than it is to actually log in for creating a session, but that's just the basics of it, and there's not much else code you have to do to destroy a session. This is just the most sure way to actually destroy it. So now if we go ahead and click the logout, it actually brings us back to here. But now the problem is, if we try logging again, Bob 123, we get all this error stuff, blah blah blah, And the reason for this is, which is a newbie error, is that when somebody embeds a logout within the same page, which is probably a bad idea, they need to somehow get rid of this or bypass this if they're not logged in. Now, the most straightforward way to do this is to actually just redirect the browser. So now we're going to just say header, and this modifies the header code that we send to the browser when they come to our website. And so if they go to logouts, we're going to redirect by using location, and we're going to say go back to test3.php. So now if we go ahead and get rid of this and log in as Bob, and again 1, 2, 3, we're going to log out, and as you can see now, it redirects us without it, and we can successfully log back in again if we want. That's the basics of creating a session logouts. And if you want the code for this, I'll go ahead and post this on the link on my right side again, and that's pretty much it.